for us. I think players that were called up, they deserve to be there. My question was, why Mufokeng was in the bench? Again, understand. Umakhehleni is a very good defensive midfielder. Very, very good defensive midfielder. That is always covering, protecting his defense in front. He's always there covering that space. The money that Msipa was using now is buying him success. Look at his team. The past 8 years, his team has been dominating this Betway Premiership. This one, they had to work hard, and we've shown quality. We've shown what is it that we can do, and players like Kabelo Dlamini, they came to the party and give us a smile. You know, as a nation, we always want to smile when our national team plays, and that's what we did. Well done,
You need facts, figures, scores, and scoops, and the truth.
Welcome to Source Football Wisdom. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and post.
Grootman, what a weekend. Filled with so much action. It was nice to see local players go represent Bafana Bafana at a national level, and we saw a lot of young people being given the opportunity. Slebe from Orlando Pirates, Kulumani Ndamani finally made his debut, and he was exceptional. He was brilliant. However, they played to a boring goalless draw. What do you make of that result and the match entirely?
It was good. As I would say, special for me to see the point that must say he did very well. He's a player that I've been, checking, the past season that which has finished now. Very good defender, very good, solid centre back for TS Galaxy, and he showed against Tanzania what is it that he can do. And seeing Selepe in a national team, I was like, wow, am I dreaming, or is it not possible? Yeah, it's possible. Yeah, but there's always gonna come up with questions in terms of certain players that we will always think and believe that they also deserve an opportunity. Players like Nduli from Stellenbosch, and also the other player that I like, Maloisan. Well done, son. It was not a bad taste in terms of the players that were there for us. I think players that were called up, they deserve to be there. My question was, why Mufokeng was in the bench? Again, Tanzania in the bench. Okay. Apolise, well done again. He's continuing proving that he can be one of the best players again. And yes, a draw. It's a draw, but I think we are supposed to win the game. Even though Tanzania second half, I think they started to play more like a team, started to come to our half to cause some problems there and there. And the other player that I was not happy about, and I love the player. I love this boy. I love this boy. But I sense something's not right. The player that I'm talking about is Utito Maswangani. His body language for me, he's not okay. He's not okay. I don't know what's happening with him, but I sense, I don't know. I sense something is not right in him. I can be wrong. I'm not saying whatever that I'm saying. I'm correct. I can be wrong, but most of the time, how I feel, it's always what I'm feeling, and I've got a strong feeling that something's not right with Utito. But hope it's not something that is gonna be with him permanently. It's something that is just gonna go away, especially as now it's the after the Bafana games. I think he's gonna have a break. Maybe he's gonna regroup because it's one player that we really need him at his best in South Africa because a car without an engine, that car can move. So a body without a brain, it means that body can't do anything. That's Tito for you. He's one player that I like. I like his play. I like his thinking. I like his influence in the game. And yeah, I sense, I've got a strong feeling that something is not okay with him. And I hope, boy, my door is open for Nagiti. Mina, anytime if you need anything, you need to talk. Milan corner, boy, corner. You can call me at any given time, then we can talk. But I've got a strong feeling that something's not right. But I hope it's not a permanent thing.
Grootmane, just before we talk about the COSAFA Cup and how those guys played, we had a very interesting conversation, you and I, when you came in the studio, and I just like to bring it up because I think a conversation that touches on a lot of amabagabaga and importance. Yeah. This young Slepe boy, he's recently been introduced to Orlando Pirates. Yeah. I don't think he's played 12 matches for Orlando Pirates, but I mean, the little matches that he's played has been exceptional. He proved himself to be a very good player. But do you think he deserved to be in the national team ahead of Umakehleni Makaula, who we can all agree that had a brilliant season for Orlando Pirates? Doesn't that now also kill morale like Umakehleni Makaula moving forward?
Look, as coaches, we will always have our opinions in different ways. But one thing that I will always question is that when you give an opportunity to certain players, you need to be really honest to other players again, that I believe they deserve to get a chance. Maybe the issue with Umakehleni, maybe the debate will be the age, to say, no, Umakehleni, but he's been doing very well in that midfield. I remember I had a serious fight with some of the supporters of Orlando Pirates and some friends of mine about Umakehleni, telling me, no, Umakehleni, no, he's not supposed to play there and what. Then I said, you guys don't look at football sometimes as fan. I look at football differently as a coach. As much as I'm a fan of football, but I look at football like a fan to understand how you guys feel, and also like a coach to say, what is his role in that team? What is that he made it different in that team? In the team to say, you know what, without Umakehleni in that midfield, we've got a problem. And I tried to explain his role. And a lot of people, they tend not to understand. Umakehleni is a very good defensive midfielder. Very good defensive midfielder. That is always covering, protecting his defense in front. He's always there covering that space. So he's playing a very crucial position at Orlando Pirates. And for me, he's a key player at that midfield for Orlando Pirates. So yes, Slepe came in, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 games. I'm not too sure. Because I believe that in that role of being a defensive midfielder, there's players that have been doing that role in other teams that they perform very well, that I believe that they were supposed also to be given a chance. Players like Unduli, that is playing for Stellenbosch. I watch those teams. Players like Undwando in that midfield is playing for Golden Arrows. We can name the few players in that central position that I think also deserve a chance. But look, there's nothing wrong also when the coach sees a player and say this player can do a job for me in the team. Why not take him? But I still believe that he needs to also be introduced bit by bit because this game has swallowed a lot of good players that where there's only lions akunana ama-Springbok ukuthi mhlawumbe umuntu angazibambela i-Springbok adle babafaka laphana there's lions, then he needs to find his way to survive, and that's so difficult. You know, when you look at the lion and you look at yourself, you know what I'm talking about. So when you look at a Springbok, I mean, ngasibamba nami Springbok ngezandla ngizenzele plan bese ngiyakhona ukuthi ngidle. So yeah, I think our coaches just need to be careful in that. In terms of introducing some players that it didn't have, like for Yena Ulontuzana Usilepe, it didn't have, you know, he didn't play the whole season. That I think his confidence is that high for him to come and really hold that midfield of Bafana Bafana.
So does this then end the conversation about Makehleni Makaula possibly being midfield of the season? I mean, if you can't make it to the national team after it's such a great season, does this even mean you are the midfield of the season because you couldn't even attract the national coach's eye? Instead, he went for a boy who's just recently come into the picture for Orlando Pirates and when So does this mean as Orlando Pirates supporters and just accept that he's not the midfield of the season?
You know, I'm going to make everyone laugh now before I go straight to that point. I always say this, love is blind. You know, when you love somebody, you don't even see. But when you love that person, you will go for that person. So love is blind. Look, Makehleni has been doing. He did very well for the Pirates, and if we want to give players a chance in the Bafana Bafana, I think the only reason I will say maybe the coach didn't select him in the national team maybe it's because of the age, not because of the work that he can do. So maybe the coach is looking at the future. That's why he decided to say, no, let me give this boy Usilepe a chance. But when you look at the overall performance of Makehleni, there's no doubt. Why not he can be a player of the season for Orlando Pirates? He did very well. You know, he helped the team where they needed him most. He's there covering, taking some crucial tackles to save the team. So for me, yes, in Orlando Pirates, Makehleni Makaula for me did wonderful. He can be a midfield of the season.
All right, moving along, COSAFA Cup. We all know Bafana Bafana is there. Bafana Bafana Light, as they call them on social media. They are there with COSAFA Cup. They played Zimbabwe and they won 2-0. We saw another Orlando Pirates player, Kabelo Dlamini, doing exceptional. What do you make of their overall performance at the COSAFA Cup so far?
You know, I always say thanks God that I'm blessed the way I'm blessed because I was talking to the coach, Coach Kumalo, Vela Kumalo. I was talking to him. We had a chat, me and him, and that's one thing that I always say thanks God that I can talk to the coaches and try to understand and learn more about the game itself and how things are happening around. Because, you know, when we are a coach also, you need to also listen to the coaches that have been around. They've got experience. They know what it takes to be in that setup and what is it that you need to do to find yourself in the setup like that. So I was lucky to talk to the coach and I even said to him, good luck to the tournament because I know you can do it. You've shown with the under-17s that you can do it. And now we are still in the right track with Bafana Bafana in the COSAFA. And well done, coach. And yes, Kabelo Dlamini, you know, this boy, he's one player, if not 2, 3 in the PSL. I will say he's one player that he's got a very good eye in terms of passing. You know, he's one player that he's a good passer of the ball. Let's not look at you know the weak points of him, but let's talk more of the strong points. That he's a good passer of the ball, and he's a good free kick taker. Udlamini, he can score again. For me to see him Lapana COSAFA, for me, I was so happy for him because I think the boy he deserves a chance also. Looking at him, his performance at Orlando Pirates, he did very well. You know, every time he comes in that midfield, he always tried to make things happen. And yeah, to the Bafana to beat Zim, our neighbors here. That was not an easy one. They had to work hard. And yeah, we've shown quality. We've shown what is it that we can do. And players like Kabelo Dlamini, they came to the party and give us a smile. You know, as a nation, we always want to smile when our national team plays. And that's what we did. Well done, boy. Keep up the good work.
Sticking with Kabelo Dlamini, Khotman, do you think there's a chance that he might be promoted to Bafana Bafana's first team and like represent on a much bigger scale? Or would you even want to recommend that he be promoted? Like, angadlala now, but that play for the first team, Bafana Bafana?
Look, I don't have doubts with that. It's all goes back to the coach to say what type of football do you want to play, what type of players do you want to complement your formation, your system of play. Because I believe that he's got what it takes. He's got what it takes. Kabelo Dlamini. Yes, we remember. I tried to make this example, and I want also us as coaches and other coaches to learn about what I'm going to say now. When I look back in our football, I'm not protecting Kabelo Dlamini, I'm not protecting Utito, I'm not protecting Mshishi, I'm not protecting Adamsi. A lot of attacking players, I'm not protecting them, but I'm just gonna put it there so that you guys can see some coaches how they balance so that we can get the best out of those players. If you can remember the 1996 Bafana Bafana, we had Abu Helman Mkelele, we had Dr. Khumalo, we had the late Shoes Mushweu, may his soul rest in peace. Looking at the three that I just spoke about, and having the late Philmon Masinga, may his soul rest in peace, up front. And then in the middle of the park, the late coach Clive Barker, may his soul rest in peace. He had Ulinda Buthelezi, Mercedes-Benz, Grootman, and then my favorite coach, Eric Tintler in that midfield. Those two were complementing they were complementing the late shoes, Dr. Khumalo, Herman Mkelele, because they were not good markers of the ball. But with the ball, they will give you what you want with the ball. So I'm saying this to say, let's as coaches, we must always find solutions in terms of how can we use these players that they are good with the ball, but they are not good in terms of marking. Teach them, in terms of, you don't need really to go and close down. You can close the space because you are not a good marker. Look at the players like Abu Chabupule, players like Abu Tugutugu Makanya, Abu the late Kiftil Remy, may his soul rest in peace, Abu Chapelo Liao. I can name them. Abu Tsiki. A lot of them, they were not good in marking. But coaches, they always find solutions to play those players because they understand the strength of contribution to the team. Then they find solution in terms of when we lose the ball, we know we've got who and who. That's why we had Abu Kudman Masibugo, Abu El Bentina, Abu Onyekachi Okonko, Abu Makbet Sibaya, the lady John Mueti, in that, may his soul rest in peace, in that defensive role. Is because of now everyone need to play his role. His role was to defend, make sure that he wins the balls in that midfield, and then play the Abu Pensin Mhlongo. They'll do that dirty job in that midfield and make sure that they give those passes to the attacking players that they are not good in terms of defending. Abu Makbet Sibaya, Yamkumbula, Baba. Yeah. In that midfield. So I'm saying this to say I'm not per se protecting the attacking players, but I'm saying coaches, let's learn to complement these players that they are good with the ball, that are good readers of the game, they are good passers, they can score. at any given time in the game. Let's not overload them in terms of forcing them now to learn a comeback. No, let's have players that they can do that dirty job in that midfield, and then they can complement the attacking players.
Khotman, there are a lot of rumors regarding a transfer. Yeah. We see the likes of Usipho Mbule. He's a free agent now. Orlando Pirates have officially released Miguel Tim. They've released Paseka Mako. They've released Captain Fantastic, which I think was a wrong decision for me. Innocent Maela. They've released quite a few players. But now there's a rumor that Paseka Mako could be linked with a move to Kaizer Chiefs. Do you see it happening? And should he move to Kaizer Chiefs or any other team in the Betway Premiership, do you still think he has that fire in him? Because the last few matches we saw him play for Orlando Pirates, it seemed there was a dip in form, Lapa.
Look, I rate highly Paseka Mako in that left back position. He's one player that I think also even in the national team he didn't really been given a chance. He's been consistent in that position, doing very well, in terms of defending, doing very well in terms of advancing, helping the width, in that width, attacking and give a supply. Yes, yeah, I was a bit disturbed hearing that Paseka and Monyane Pirates were released, and I asked myself, wow, Pirates, who do they have in the left back? Otto? That I think they still negotiating with him in terms of the new contract. Who else do they have? I don't know. Maybe they've signed. Maybe Pasadini. That's why they had to release Paseka Mako. I don't know. Hey guys, I'm not saying it's the truth. I'm signing Pasadini. No. I'm just thinking. Ukuthi Joba release Paseka Mako. Maybe Basani Pasadini. I'm not saying the deal is done. I'm just thinking based on if Pella you're going to have Otto Lapaya, you'll need somebody in that position. And the player that comes to my mind now, Pasadini, maybe he's the one who's going to fill that position. I don't know. Yeah. I'm a coach for life. Matota. Economy to Matota is a Matota Kulegan. Economy is a boy and Jagash. Let's be patient. Kuna lendo by biza recession, Matota. Nikumbula. Nidi as shaso gets a country. So man, Sabam Benji, I'm a coach for life recession. They will find their feet. They will come back. And then our economy is going to boom again. As always. When I'm a coach back, everyone is smiling. You can even ask Pulkwane City, they will tell you, but no, I'm a coach for life, I'm back. So yeah, I think if Chiefs can get to Mako in that left back position, that would be a breather for that defense. Yeah, a very, very, very big breather because they don't have anyone in that left back. That's why sometimes we'll find them, they will play Solomon's right, and then they'll take one Frosler on the left. Yes, Mako. Open. No, I can call him as an insurance. It's okay, no problem. You don't have to do it. I can do it. Just tell me. Just let me know. Then I can call Mako. Mako, there's an appointment for you 1 o'clock in Nichoren. Then you can go there. And then next season we know at the left side we sorted. Yeah. Monyane is one player comes from the development of Orlando Pirates. That I was asking myself a lot of questions. That how do you develop a player at the age of 23 and then you release him? I don't know. I can be wrong. You help me, guys. I can be wrong. Why to develop him and then at the age of 23 you release him? Maybe it's because of the injuries that he has picked up, maybe chronic injuries, or what will be the case? Because I'm getting worried. If a team can invest in the player for many years at the age of 23, and then the team decided to release, I don't know. You can help me. I can be wrong, But I don't think that's a good idea to develop a player for many years at the age of 23 and then you decide to release him. Maybe there's something else that it's more than what I'm thinking about ukuthi the boy Pirates him release. Because I'm looking at when we invest for a long term. Maybe it's long. Maybe sangishaya mina isilungu, I don't know. Help me guys. If you sangishaya isilungu then ningisizeni. When you invest for a future. Am I correct? So if you're gonna invest in this young boy, and then at the time where this boy needs to come as a sponsor and show us why the team has to invest in him, and then the team decide to release him. Maybe something we'll talk about it some other time. That it's happening in our teams. We invest in these young boys and then we release them. Yeah.
Grootman, speaking of guys that have been released, sticking with Pirates, Gangani, Zakhele Lipasa, bronze medalist, AFCON. He's won the MTN 8 with Orlando Pirates. He scored a lot of goals for Orlando Pirates. They loaned him out to SuperSport United, played well for SuperSport, came back at Pirates, continued to perform well, acquired an injury, and then ever since then we haven't seen him on the pitch. Like, why not release him? Why keep him Lapayana? Because clearly he's not part of Orlando Pirates' plans. And there are teams in the Betway Premiership that could use his services. So as a legend of the game, given the chance, what advice would you offer Lipasa's agent going into this transfer window?
Look, it's tough for Bambiza 6. Yeah, Bambiza 6. I think it's tough for him. I mean, when you look at Nwanasisi, he's always starting, whether scoring or not scoring, starting. And then we've got my favorite player. I love this boy. You know, guys. He's not perfect, but for me now, he does what I love, and he does what the team wants from him. Mabasa, scoring goals. Every time he's been given a chance, he's scoring. Ask Ed Pirates who's the top goal scorer. Ed Pirates. When you look at the minutes that he played last season, lesser than Nwanasisi, Makgopa, but he scored a lot of goals, more than what Nwanasisi did. Yeah, they've brought back Radupane. For me, I think Uzix had a very, very serious injury. Very, very, very serious injury when they brought back Radupane. Because Radupane, I remember that he was on loan. And then Uzix, they had to bring him back. So for me, when I saw him back at Pirates, I was like, what? That means Uzix has got a very serious injury. And it's tough. It's tough to really take a decision to say you want to go. Especially coming from an injury like that. Yes, he needs game time. The advice will be, I think Uzix is also still young. The advice will be maybe you can ask for a loan again, like he did to go to SuperSports and get that confidence. And he bought boots to score goals. That's what he did. He went to SuperSport and then signed there, get new boots that he can score goals. That's what he did, and they scored goals for SuperSport United. And then Pirates, they said, please come back, and because you bought new boots to score goals, so we want you to continue here and score those goals. And unfortunately, he got injured. So I thinking, yeah, if you can ask for a loan, because I still believe that he can still come back at Pirates and do wonders like it did.
Grootman, I really wasn't going to talk about this, but a lot of people on our stream, Lana, keep bringing it up. So I just figured, let me just ask you now. Any new developments regarding Munna Pulesaling? We are tired of having this conversation. We're leading to a new season now. Can we just know what's happening? Is he going to Chiefs? Is he staying at Pirates? What's happening?
This is so simple, guys. Let me put it here. And from now, I think it should be rest about this. Saling, Pirates exercised the option. So he's a Pirates player. He'll be back with Pirates pre-season, working hard to come back and play for the team again. He's a Pirates player. Done.
Thank you for clarifying that for us, Grootman. As we had promoted over the weekend, that today we're going to focus mostly on how to dethrone Mamelodi Sundowns. These guys have been dominating domestic football for the past 8 seasons, and as it seems, it's looking most likely that they're going to set a record and win 10 straight Betway Premiership titles back-to-back. The way, I mean, no one is competing against them. We thought Pirates is Obabamba, only for Pirates to drop points like they always do towards the end of the season. How do we dethrone Mamelodi Sundowns? Grootman, just please give all these coaches, all these teams, Nama supporter, legendary advice.
Guys, I'm going to say this. Rome was not built in one day. That's what Sundowns did. It took them time to where they are today. It took them time. Let's count. Let's go back. Pirates was born in 1937. They've been dominant. Come Chiefs. Come Abaqulusi, African Wanderers, Amazulu, Amazayoni, Witbank Black Aces, Cape Town Spurs, Hellenic. You can name those teams. So it tells you that when you've got a proper structure, a proper plan, a right coach, good support around the coach, allow him to do things the way the coach wants, you're going to get what Sundowns are having now. Chiefs and Pirates, they did that. They know. They know, guys. Go and ask. They know. What put them up there? They know. And Sundowns, they did exactly what Pirates and Chiefs were doing. Our vets, they used to do. Ajax Cape Town, they used to do that. Abo Hellenic, you can name them. Cape Town Spurs, Abo 7-Eleven. They used to do that. That's what Sundowns did also. And I just want to remind you guys, you know, one thing I love about our football is that what we were saying again to these other teams. I'll remind you now. You remember when Sundowns were buying players, changing coaches, everyone was laughing at Sundowns. But yeah, Dr. Petrus Mutsipe, among Atina Umakaya teams on sign, Agazomdali Polo Dali cricket. Because everyone's talking about him, which is a good player. He's going to sign him. You still remember, guys? Let's be really honest, guys. I want us to be really honest in this. You still remember? He signed all the players with Dr. Petrus Mutsipe. And I remember some supporters, they were saying, Dr. Mutsipe, go and ask Dr. Mutawong or Dr. Koza how to do this thing, man. Money can't buy you success. Remember, guys, you were saying, money can't buy you success. When you was buying players, trying to put a very strong team, you guys were saying money can't buy you success. You still remember? So now, the money that Mutsipe was using, now, is buying him success. Look at his team. The past 8 years, his team has been dominating this Betway Premiership. And then now, I thought this season, things will change. But here we are. Ezimnyama ngenkanza kepolo almost ngamaspala zawenzo wow. zalala nje la kungafanelanga ukuthi zilale. Then they just, fall asleep. And then Sundowns are gone. Yahamba. So the sad part now is that Jose left Orlando Pirates. He's the only coach that I thought and I felt ukuthi yazi win league with this team Orlando Pirates and Sundowns would come second. But now he left in North Manchuku Alach. So that means with the quality of Sundowns players and the way they want to dominate the Africa, I think they're still gonna go again next season, and I don't know how can we stop these guys. Bafethu, can we form one team here once? The whole teams, the PSL, all 14 teams. Can we form one team and beat Sundowns? Please, man. Not in a bad way, but in a way that we don't want our league. We can't have one team that is going to dominate the league again for the 9th time. It's not going to give everyone or anyone something to really talk about when it comes to our football. That's all. I'm pleading. Coaches, you can do better. If you have to play transition, why not? Find a way. Analyze Sundowns, how they play. They initiate attacks using their full backs. Then they've got holes in those full backs there. Find players that they will cheat. Play transition. Coach Kevin Hunt, who was born in, he did it. Makaidla, Sundowns, like Pitori. When Maseko was there at Supersport United, when Renas was there, he did it. Coach Kevin Hunt. Why can't we learn? And now they did it. Puti, coach Purukwane City, did it. And also my favorite coach here, a Kapstad. My favorite coach. This one thing I love about this coach, guys. One thing I love about this coach. He doesn't give up. He doesn't give up, Coach Steve Parker. He doesn't give up. Season in, season out, his players, they leave the team. He doesn't give up. He always finds solutions. They buy his players season in, season out. Then he get new players. He puts them in. He puts his team together. He does well. Ask him. Call him. And ask him. I've watched him against Mamelodi Sundowns. Not guy 1, not guy 2, not guy 3. I've watched him many times. Same applies to Coach Coach Eric Tindler. They know how to play against Sundowns. They know how to frustrate Sundowns. Why can't we analyze them? Analyze them. Or we can call them and talk and ask. Coach Young sees them fit to please, man. Man, by shy sonke, man. Ubakona kanjani. Ask. There's nothing wrong to learn from other coaches. I also do that. I ask other coaches, or I go and practice that and then see that does it work. These people, Mamelodi Sundowns, they are not invisible. But they will be invisible if we're not going to do the right things. Cut and paste is on the Sundowns be invisible. But if you do a proper planning, have a proper structure, then they are going to be visible in your eyes. But you do screenshot. Besuti. Baba ngitshela. Kabuyelo. Bazoshaya noma yini. Manenza ama screenshot, cut and paste. Bazophinda futhi next season. But if we can sit down, analyze them, they are also having mistakes. It's just that some coaches, they don't look at those mistakes and capitalize on that. Sundowns, what is that they need to do and how they can do it. And then they can get maybe a win or a draw. Yeah.
Grootman, something quite interesting. So we also wanted to talk about international coaches and their performance or contribution to local football, because come to think of it, Mamelodi Sundowns won the CAF Champions League with a black South African coach. They won the African League with a black South African coach. These international coaches came to Mamelodi Sundowns. None of them have ever brought the CAF Champions League to Pretoria. None of them have ever brought the African League to Pretoria. None of them have ever groomed players that dominate the national team. It's only Pitso Msimane and Rolando Mokoena to have ever done that. Masbega, Mastats with Sundowns. Sundowns played their best football under these two coaches, I'd like to say in the history of the club, or for as long as I started watching local football. You bring in these international coaches, they suffer and they struggle. Let's look no further. Amakosi for life. Under international coaches, it's been a dry season. They haven't won anything for a very long time. The last time an international coach won something at Chiefs was Stuart Baxter. It's years ago. What do you think about international coaches and coming to South Africa? Do you think we need these guys, or they just come here for the money, for the CV? They don't care what they bring to the clubs as long as Bapeti Mali in a CV and then they go.
People, ngicela ukuthi ningizwe when I'm going to say this. And angifuni people bayithathe in the bad way this. Mina, no. When somebody comes from outside, Ezala, South Africa, it should be better than what we've got here. Whether as a coach, whether as a player, that means he must be better than what we've got here at home. You cannot come here and be ordinary here. No, not for me. No, for Pega, not me. If I'll be Manganigers that power to say, so in our football, can you take serious decisions in our football? Trust me. If you are not better than what we've got here at home, uzothi country yakho usondela ku border bazakujikisa. No, lengwenya lena, you are not better than what is got lapha in South Africa, so don't even come closer to the border. Because for me, I believe ukuthi we've got guys. Inhliziyo yami ibabuhlungu when it comes to this position that I'm in now, to talk about our black coaches, our black players. Ibabuhlungu kakhulu inhliziyo yami because we don't respect our black coaches. We don't respect them. We don't celebrate them. We're waiting for them to make mistakes and then we are on top of them. When they do good things, no one's saying anything to them. But one mistake that they'll do wrong, we're on top of them. Coach Pitso did it with Sundowns. Coach Rulane did it with Sundowns. Coach Velukumalo, under 17, did it. Then the World Cup. In our history of South African football. Ubano Kulumayo is this show. It's Vilakazi's football wisdom. That is talking about our player coaches. Coach Mdaka. Now, just now, Ubeta winner AFCON. Now. Not 2 years back, not 3 years back, not 10 years back. Now. He just won AFCON. Now. Who's talking about that coach? Because he's a South African coach. Please, guys. I'm asking. Can we support? If we have to support the coaches, asinga Pegini Kala. Coach Pitso didn't get the very same support that Coach Hugo Bruce got like the national team. All this, I want us to be fair, guys. I want us to be honest and fair. When we say coaches, if a coach didn't do well, didn't do well. If the coach did well, he did well. Let's be honest. We don't celebrate and give support to our coaches, the South African coaches. all the South African coaches. I said it even the last time. Here's the coach Steve Barker. This is the second time now. He's going to play the Confederation Cup. He lost in the semi-final. Who spoke about the coach and about Stellenbosch? No one. And again, now he's going to represent us again next season. Confederation Cup. Who's talking about him? Who's talking about Stellenbosch? Guys, please, man. I'm asking. Let's look at the overall job. If a black coach does well, he does well. At Sundowns is one team that can really prove to us as South Africans to say, our black coaches, they are doing wonders. Look at our national team. When we play AFCON, we lost in the semi-finals against Nigeria. The core of that team from Mamelodi Sundowns. Who was the coach at that time? Rulani Mokoena. Goes back again. It was Pito. We had, guys, these South African coaches, they understand us from where we come from the birth, emakasi. They understand the living environment esikuzo. They understand the pressure esibakuzo. They understand the type of football, the physique, with this physique scenario, what type of football that is going to suit us as South Africans. Urulane would dominate. He won the AFL. Do you know what is AFL? Do you guys understand? Do you understand the teams that they were playing that AFL? Do you really understand? Top teams. The team, some of them now, they're going to play the Club World Cup. Rulane beat them like nobody's business. You can ask them, they will tell you that that coach is a problem. That coach with Sundowns, he's a problem. Rulane will turn a game and away game and make it home. Same applies to Pito. Look at the Pito when the PT Kaizer Chiefs go finally Champions League. Look at how we played. How about Pito? Please, guys, man. Please, guys, man. Let's give support to our play coaches, to all our coaches. All the local coaches, for me, all the local coaches are the best. They've proven here in South Africa. That's why I'm saying, I've counted to say, check even in our juniors, in the national team. It never happened to qualify for the World Cup. But no one is talking about that. Because why? He's a local coach. Again, look at the coach who won the AFCON under 20. No one is talking about that coach. It seems like that team didn't have a coach. Until that team existed, they've never played AFCON. No one is saying anything. Because as a local coach, you won AFCON. It never happened. These coaches, these South African coaches, they've created a history in South African football. A history that it never happened in the history since before I was born. Even after I was born, till today. It's the first time where as a nation, as South Africa, we find ourselves in this position where we've got under 17 that are going to play World Cup, under 20 that are going to play World Cup. Worst part is that they've won, they've caught. It never happened in our football. And the coaches that are coaching there are South African coaches. Yeah, thanks.
Grootman, I think we can just jump straight into the Club FIFA World Cup, or the Club World Cup. Mamelodi Sundowns are heading there, and I think it starts in a couple of days now. I can't even say weeks because it's around the corner. Are they prepared? Are they ready to compete at that level?
They can say the coach himself and his friend, Flembeck, they will say the team is ready. But I'm telling you, that team is not ready. That team, the team that lost against Pyramid, that team is not ready for Club World Cup. If they're going to win a game, guys, I'll take you for lunch. I'll take you for lunch. If they're going to win a game, I will take you for lunch. With that creativity, I'll take you for lunch. Trust me. Trust me. I don't see them. I don't disrespect Pyramids. But when you look at the Pyramids and you look at the teams that Sundowns will compete with Club World Cup, the level is totally different. The quality of players that are playing those teams, top players. They can say they are ready. Yeah, obvious. I mean, I must go and play. I can go and play even now. No one would say I'm not ready. But as a team, in terms of the football that they're playing, not for Club World Cup. That football is not for Club World Cup. They're gonna be embarrassed in that tournament. I'm not gonna lie to you. You know, if you're gonna concede with crosses like this, here's the cross, and then we make such mistakes like Ghana did, and now we can't, defend the crosses. These teams, they pinpoint when they make those crosses. They pinpoint. It's not just anybody's ball, my cross. No. They know these guys. They know. My sharp it. My sharp, yeah, straight. We striker. Give a Kone. They know. It's not anybody's ball. So with the mistakes, it's announced that they did the final. That's why I'm saying, yes, they can say they are ready, but let's wait and see. Maybe you never know. This football, you never know. Maybe Cardoso can surprise us and say, guys, let's play Sundowns football. If they will play Sundowns football and see Abu Mshishi in that midfield, Norbert, maybe something different can happen in that Club World Cup. But if he's going to play Ribero's right wing, forget.
Goodman, we have a few comments and questions here on the socials. Thabo Mgwena, can you please touch on the issue of Sesani, if possible, for a possible move to Kaizer Chiefs? Is that true?
Mfethu asilungisela kuqala. Uthubani? Hayi. Usesani ahambe. He's not going anywhere. The boy namanje wenza rehab yakhe is coming all right. I think by the time maybe qalwa pre-season, the boy will be ready to work. That boy, he's not going anywhere. Sesani. No. Maybe asilungi. Mhlambe awukhulumi mhlambe wenza mistake uthi Monyane. Uthi Sesani. Mhlambe asilungisela. Maybe mhlambe unokhuluma ngoMonyane because iPirates imreleasile. Sesani is not going anywhere. He's got a contract. He's a key player in that defense. He's been doing very well. And that's another player that if he was still playing, was going to be in the national team. No doubt. Sesani. No question about him. Paris player for life.
Danko. We have another comment. Jamin Lakes at Morning Villa. Please, can you come and coach Kaizer Chiefs? You can do a better job than Nabi.
Look, I said this last week and I got a lot of calls and guys, when I look at the stats, I'm included 8 games. 8 games. Emma came in engaki. Abafethu. Angeke include 8 games. Emma came in 28. Angawini 10 mhlawumbe ne 12 inyana abafethu or 15 ngayowina. Hayi mfana, mamela mfethu bheka ngayicoach mfethu. Hayi ngayicoach mfethu. Ngayicoach. Phela unabu win 8 games. Yo season yonke 8 games. Abafethu mhlambe hayi 15 games ngayiwina. Ngama ema team lana angawapatreka lana. Ngapatreka la ngashaka bo 1-0 lana. Abanye mabalahlile ngibashaya nge4. Hawu. Ngababamba abanye la. No, but look, to be really honest, yeah, man. Yeah, when I be we Chief supporters, most of them are so disappointed in him, and yeah, he hasn't the Pazamisai one in our countries. This Mawina, asikubona ukuthi konke wrong oyenzayo. Aziboni unabu winile Nedbank. Bhekani yo madoda, he's a king because I win Nedbank. Nedbank, anyone can win in Nedbank. Na imakesi winile na iCarling Black Label. Imakesi la iphulukwani la imakesi iwinile iCarling Black Label. So yini engako lapho. So a cup game iyakubonisa ukuthi anyone can win the cup game. Can you run the race? Let's run the race. We are big enough to run that race, Coach Nabi. We respect you. I respect you much. I respect you as a coach. I've check. Yeah, I respect you, but respect needs to go with hard work, Coach. Please, can that respect goes with hard work? Can you put more work? Work. And we respect you. We know what you did before. Can you prove now? There's one thing that we always say as coaches: you are as good as the last game. Coach, am I correct? You are as good as the last game. And when you sit down and prepare your team for the next game, you're saying you refer to the last game. You are as good as the last game. Then you give that player a chance. So you are as good as the last game. Can you put effort? If you want the TLPs, you want side tippers, you ask. Construction companies are there. You ask. They'll bring everything for you, and then you work. You wanna see your work, please.
Hodman, the biggest question, we spoke about this morning, and there were a few hints, but I'm sure now you know this. But there's a comment here from Siko. Who's going to take over at Pirates because we still need a coach? Please tell us more.
I've got a wish, but I don't know what's going to happen at Orlando Pirates too. In years, I this time around, anga in me ukuthi kahle Pirates bangathola coach la, a local coach or an overseas coach, but there's a bit of taste engenayo la game la ngathi Pirates I think they can go for that coach because Coach Marumo Galant. I think he I've listened to him talking at some interviews. I've listened to him, and I think he can coach Orlando Pirates. I think he can coach Orlando Pirates. He's a Moroccan international. We know what happened to him at Marumo Galant, and so I think they'll go for him. If not him, I don't know. Maybe Coach Peter. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know.
Rodman, Bafana is in action tomorrow.
Yeah.
They take on Mozambique. What do you see happening there? Do you think Mfukeng is going to start this time? Because I think he deserves to start. Mfukeng, Mhaungkota, maybe Mbogazi will also be given a chance. What do you see happening there?
I always ask myself, because the last time I heard the coach Hugo Bruce talking about Mofokeng, when we ask him why he's not starting him, what he's not yet ready. Then I look at the age. Mofokeng, I was like, he's not ready at 19, 20. He's not ready. Okay, fine. Then I watch Spain playing. Spain. I saw Yamal. Then when I look at the age, 17, they starting him. Spain. Maybe I'm dreaming, guys. I'm saying, Mofokeng at 1920, our coach in South Africa, Hugo Broos, said he's not ready. At 19. Spain, Yamal from Barcelona, starting the games at the age of 17. Maybe these two things, they don't make sense to me. This one is old, is not ready. This one is young, is ready. Can you help me here to adjust my mind in this thinking? Our coach says he's not ready. Mofokeng at 19. So that means when he's not ready at 19, it's going to be ready at 25. That's I'm just saying 25. Because he's not ready now at 19. Then Yamal at 17 is ready. I don't understand. And if you want the player to be ready, what do? Are you not playing him? How are you going to get the experience if you're not playing? Look, Sas, games like this, these are the games where I can start. Abo Mofokeng, abo Nkotha, abo Lontuzana, abo Apolisi, faka abo Lontuzana, abo Nduli. It's good that Malusane is there, and that boy from TS Galaxy is there. Pasadine, wow, Pasadine. And Van Rooyen also there, the right back. That's good. And yeah, but tomorrow he needs to bring back Lontuzana, please, man. Can you see Sipho in goals? I like Sipho, man. I like this boy. This boy, he's something else now. If it was not Ronan Williams, everything I was gonna give it to Sipho. Best goalkeeper, best captain, everything. The way this boy has been doing well at Orlando Pirates. There's games where you see good Pelile Pirates. I value Sipho at safe. And I hear this some business to China. It's about to chain. I'm not sure. Sipho, please help us. I just heard Uguti, you're calling your surname wrong, Vanagit. If that's it, that you are calling it wrong, Uguti, your surname, you are not China, you are Chain. I'm sorry. We've been calling you China, and I've just heard that we pronounce your surname wrong. Your surname is Chain, not China. You're doing very well. So yeah, I'm looking forward for tomorrow night's game. I hope Nkotha will start, Police will start, Kingdom 2000 will start, and then obviously that midfield maybe they'll have talent. And can we have if Nduli is there in the national team, can he play? Can you give him a chance also? Ngibonile ufake lapha noKhwayiba laphayana ungenile. Yeah, man, I think it's time for all the young players that we think they've got a future for the South African national team. Can they play tomorrow night?
Godman, do you think Nkosinathi Sibisi is gonna captain the team tomorrow?
uSibisi fanele adlalile. Ngamdlalisa no Maloisane. But I've seen our coach. He's a typical. Sorry to put it in this way. He's a typical old coach, where he prefers a centre back playing on the left side, that he must be a left footer. That's being a typical coach, that he wants the center back that is playing on the left side to be a left footer. I think he maybe ngakishwa uMalusane kungene yena, and then he will keep that boy in that position of being a center back on the left side because he's a left footer, so he prefers players like that.
Grootman, thank you so much for your time. I know, Siyabonga, we look forward to tomorrow evening's matches, and we look forward to actually witness some team next season dethrone Mamelodi Sundowns.
All abafethu nakanjalo bafethu, now it's always football wisdom. Please don't forget to like, share, post and subscribe. Khona la bafethu, asiyenzeni bafethu. Oy oy.